Have you ever looked deeply into your son's eyes and seen a stranger screaming in absolute silence? God is speaking directly to your spirit right now, urging you not to scroll away. Because behind closed doors, a truth has been quietly growing, a truth your son has carried in agonizing silence for far too long. The crushing weight on his shoulders is not just heavy, it is violently breaking him inside. And you must hear this before it is too late. Listen closely, my beloved child, because you are not sitting here watching this by accident. You are not just a regular parent navigating the mundane struggles of family life. You are the chosen one, specifically set apart, anointed, and called by God Himself for a sacred rescue mission to save your own bloodline. The restless spirit you have been feeling, that heavy, inexplicable shadow of sadness lingering in the corners of your home, is not your imagination. It is a divine whisper from heaven, a blazing siren from above, telling you to prepare for what is about to crash into your reality. God says, "This is my final warning to you. The ultimate crossroad for your family's destiny. If you swipe away, if you ignore this undeniable pull in your chest, this divine revelation will slip through your fingers and vanish forever. I have brought you here because a tearful goodbye is desperately near. And your son has been carrying this crushing burden entirely alone. He has been suffering in the dark, shielding you from a violent storm he thought would destroy your heart. But heaven is refusing to let him be consumed by it. You have been specifically chosen to stand in the gap for him, to be the earthly vessel of God's miraculous intervention at this exact moment in time. Every single second you remain here is a vital piece of the puzzle that heaven has been waiting for you to uncover. The spiritual warfare surrounding your child is real, but the authority God has placed in your hands is infinitely greater. Your son needs you to hear this truth. Do not abandon this divine appointment. Before the doors of revelation swing wide open and the painful, glorious truth spills out into the light, you must seal God's absolute protection over your home. I need you to go down to the comments right now and type 777 to align your spirit with heaven's frequency. Boldly declare, "I claim this release for my son." Then immediately hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video to let the angels of God know you are stepping into your calling. Stay exactly where you are. Hold your breath and listen, because the secret I am about to reveal next will shatter the silence and shake your world to its very core. God says, "The agonizing silence you have been enduring from your son is not an act of defiance, nor is it a cold fortress built to shut you out of his life. He has locked his deepest pain away in the darkest corners of his heart because he genuinely believed that this hidden storm would completely crush your spirit if he ever let you see it. He has been bravely, yet desperately, trying to absorb the toxic aftermath of someone else's reckless actions, convincing himself that this unbearable burden was his cross to bear alone, entirely in the shadows. But the heavens are violently shaking right now, declaring that his time of solitary suffering is officially over. The tearful goodbye that is rapidly approaching is not what the enemy wants you to fear. It is not a goodbye to his life. It is not a physical departure. And it is certainly not the tragic end of your sacred bond. It is the absolute, permanent collapse of the insidious lies and the crushing secrecy that have held his beautiful soul hostage for years. This tearful goodbye is the glorious, heaven-ordained death of his isolation, as the brilliant mind of C.S.LEWIS profoundly captured in his monumental work, Mere Christianity. Imagine yourself as a living house where God comes in to rebuild. At first, the knocks and hammers hurt, and it feels like senseless destruction. But you soon realize God is not just fixing up a decent little cottage. He is tearing down walls to build a magnificent palace because he intends to come and live in it himself. The devastating breaking your son is experiencing right now is exactly that divine, holy demolition. Heaven is tearing down his walls of silence, not to leave him in ruins, but to violently shatter the deafening illusion of separation and build an indestructible palace of faith within his spirit. God is saying, I am pulling down the veil of secrecy today, and I have explicitly chosen you to stand in the rubble with him. The tears your son is about to cry will not drown your strength. They will mercilessly wash away the invisible chains that have been wrapped around his mind and your household. He thought his silence was his ultimate protection for you, but heaven is stepping in to rewrite the narrative, turning his private prison into a massive, undeniable victory for your family's legacy. You are being positioned perfectly by the divine hand of the Creator to witness the exact moment his fortress of solitude crumbles into dust. Do not fear this breaking, because it is only through the breaking that the miraculous healing light of heaven can finally pour into his deepest wounds. Have you ever felt your chest grow suddenly, unexplainably heavy, the exact moment your son walks into the room? Even when absolutely no words are spoken between you, that invisible, crushing weight is the spirit realm signaling you, desperately begging you to pay attention to the unseen war raging around him. If you have felt that undeniable spiritual gravity pulling at your heart, I need you to go to the comments right now and type, I feel it, to validate what the Holy Spirit is showing you. Because the definitive answer to why that suffocating heaviness has been hovering over your home is about to be completely exposed. And what heaven reveals in the next moment will flip the script on everything you thought you knew. The veil between your living room and the spiritual realm has never been thinner than it is right at this very moment. You have been walking through your days carrying a heavy, unspoken dread. Haven't you? Those sudden, inexplicable chills down your spine. The repeating numbers flashing on the digital clock exactly when you feel a sudden wave of despair. The sleepless nights where your heart races violently in the dark for absolutely no logical reason. None of these were cruel coincidences, and they are certainly not signs that you are losing your grip on reality. Heaven has been actively leaving breadcrumbs on your path. Chosen one, frantically signaling your spirit to wake up to the invisible war being waged over your son's soul. I know you have wept on the floor of your bedroom, your throat raw from crying out to the Creator, feeling entirely abandoned and broken when your most desperate prayers seem to just bounce off a brass ceiling and shatter on the ground. You have screamed into the void, asking why the rescue was delayed, why the suffering was allowed to continue in such an agonizing, suffocating silence. But the absolute, world-shifting truth is that there was never a single second of delay. There was only a strategic, divine concealed. The Almighty was deliberately hiding your child in the shadows, orchestrating a monumental symphony behind the invisible curtain, allowing the unbearable pressure to build until it reached the exact temperature required to permanently burn away a generational curse that has plagued your bloodline for decades. What you falsely interpreted as God's deafening silence was actually the majestic, terrifying roar of heaven actively rearranging the future of your family. The crushing, heavy atmosphere you feel whenever you walk past his bedroom door is simply the spiritual friction of angels setting the stage for a miraculous deliverance. God never once ignored your agonizing tears. He was meticulously collecting every single one of them, using them to water the hardened soil of this exact, appointed hour. But the period of divine gestation is violently coming to a close. and the suffocating silence that has choked the life out of your household is about to be completely shattered. The protective shell around his darkest secret is fracturing under the holy weight of the truth. And the raw, unfiltered emotion that is about to pour out will not be gentle. The storm is finally breaking. The veil is tearing. And the ultimate question remains, when that first, devastatingly beautiful tear finally falls from his exhausted eyes, are you truly prepared to catch it? The atmosphere in your home is about to be punctured by a sound you have both feared and prayed for. The sound of a wall of silence finally shattering into a million jagged pieces. You must understand, chosen one, that the moment your son's heart can no longer bear the weight of his secret, the release will not be a quiet event. It will be a divine explosion that redefines your entire family legacy. His tears are not signs of defeat or weakness. They are the loudest, most violent prayers ever whispered from your household to the throne of grace, serving as a powerful testimony of a soul ready to be set free. Every quiet sigh he exhaled in the dark, every heavy step he took into his room, and every time his eyes looked away when yours tried to meet them, heaven was there, documenting every microsecond of his agony. The King of Kings is not a distant observer of your son's misery, as it is written in Psalm 56. You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. This is why you cannot move, why you cannot look away. Because his breaking point is being divinely transformed into his breakthrough moment right before your eyes. The tearful goodbye he is currently bracing for is not a farewell to you, nor is it the end of your bond. It is a final, permanent goodbye to the chains of secrecy, the burden of loneliness, and the demonic lie that he had to carry this crushing weight all by himself. His tears are actually sacred signals to the heavens that he is finally ready to let go of the bag of stones he has been carrying in his soul for far too long. When those walls finally break, the truth will pour out like a river that no force on earth can stop. And in that overflow, the very thing he thought would shatter you will actually be the catalyst that strengthens you beyond measure. The tears he desperately tried to hide are now the very water meant for the soil of a miracle you thought could never grow in your home. You are standing on the threshold of a once-in-a-lifetime transformation where the end of his silence marks the birth of your family's absolute freedom. This goodbye is a doorway, a holy portal into a brand new chapter that heaven has already sealed with an unbreakable promise of restoration. Do you believe that the very brokenness of your son is the bridge heaven is building to bring a massive miracle into your life? If you have the faith to see through the pain, I want you to stop everything and type "miracle is coming" in the comments to claim this divine exchange for your household. You need to stay focused, because what heaven is about to offer in exchange for those tears is a power so great it will leave you breathless. Heaven operates on a law of divine substitution that the world cannot understand. And right now, the Creator is announcing that he never reveals a hidden pain unless he is fully prepared to replace it with an explosive, undeniable power. This very moment is not a tragedy unfolding. It is the sacred hour of a divine exchange where what felt like a devastating loss is about to reveal itself as a celestial trade. Your son's tears are not just signs of his sorrow. They are the official signals to the throne room of heaven that he is finally ready to let go of the chains that bound him. You must grasp this truth with all your might. God is saying that the period of carrying this weight alone is over. Think of the profound struggle captured by C.S.LEWIS in his rawest work, A Grief Observed, where he described the terrifying sensation of a door slammed in his face and the sound of double bolting on the inside during his deepest need. You may have felt your son was behind such a door, locked away in a silence you couldn't penetrate. But Lewis eventually realized that God wasn't ignoring the cry. He was clearing the wreckage of the old self to make room for something far greater. That is exactly what is happening behind your son's closed door. God is not destroying him. He is gutting the rotting foundations of fear and secrecy to build a palace of unshakable truth and destiny within his spirit. This breaking is a preparation for the glory that will be poured in. The heavy sorrow he has carried like a secret bag of stones, hidden from your sight, is being traded right now for a holy fire of courage. What he feared would shatter you is the very substance heaven will use to strengthen you. The silence you once hated was not emptiness. It was the sound of heaven arranging a miraculous restoration behind the veil. You are about to see him not as a broken child, but as a man becoming whole, stepping out of the shadows and into a light so bright it will redefine your entire family history. The goodbye he is whispering to his pain is the loudest hello to his true purpose. But have you ever stopped to wonder, in the middle of this cosmic battle, why the King of Kings specifically chose you to be the one standing at the center of this revelation? There is a secret hidden in your own scars that connects directly to his freedom, and you are about to find out exactly what it is. Look closely at the scars you have carried in secret for decades, for they are not marks of shame but the divine credentials for the rescue mission you are now leading. You have been wondering why you had to endure those seasons of inexplicable heaviness, why your own spirit felt restless and your chest grew tight when you looked into your son's eyes. Heaven was not punishing you, it was training you. Your own history of survival, those nights where you walked through the valley of the shadow alone, was the hidden classroom where the Creator was teaching you how to be the anchor for your son's breaking point. God is announcing that your son's silence was not neglect. It was a sacred, albeit misguided, to attempt to protect you from a storm he thought would crush your heart. But he didn't realize that you were already battle-hardened and prepared for this exact moment. Every quiet dinner and every heavy sigh you witnessed was a sign you were being taught to read. A preparation for the day his walls would finally crumble under the weight of truth. Your life story is the very survival manual your son needs to navigate the storm that has been breaking him inside. You are not a bystander in this tragedy. You are the architect of his restoration. Heaven has declared that the burden he once carried in the shadows will finally be shared in love. And in that sharing, a new strength will rise that will define your entire family legacy. You were chosen to be his parent, not just for the easy seasons, but specifically for this appointed hour of revelation. The very thing your son thought would shatter you, the truth he tried to bury, is the very thing that will ignite the fire of your shared miracle. Your son's tears will not drown your strength because you have already learned how to breathe underwater in your own seasons of trial. You are the pillar he will lean on when he finally says farewell to the lie that he had to fight alone. This connection you share is growing roots so deep that nothing in hell or on earth will ever be able to pull them apart again. You have been sensing something for a long time, haven't you? That invisible pull in your chest. That heaviness that arrives when no words are spoken. Those were not accidents. They were heaven's whispers, preparing you for this exact moment. You are the one heaven has marked to witness his breaking point turn into his breakthrough. The breakthrough is moving toward you even as these words are spoken. And the moment his heart finally speaks will be your miracle. This story is about to flip before your very eyes. For where there was once silence, there will be confession. Are you ready to see your son, not as the silent one carrying secret burdens, but as the chosen one releasing pain into healing? If you can feel the strength of 1,000 generations rising in your spirit right now, I need you to stop and type, "I am the anchor," in the comments to claim your spiritual authority over your home. Stay with me, because the enemy is about to lose his grip entirely. And the way this story completes its circle will leave the forces of darkness in absolute ruin as we step into the most intense part of the revelation. The walls of isolation that the enemy built around your son's soul are not just cracking, they are being systematically dismantled by the hands of the Almighty right now. Heaven has declared that the season of him walking this agonizing path in silence is officially over. For it was never the Creator's plan for him to fight his battles in a vacuum of loneliness forever. This impending, tearful goodbye is the divine instrument God is using to shatter the spirit of secrecy and bring about a collision of two hearts that will change the entire flow of your future. What he carried alone for so many heavy nights will finally be carried together. And in that sacred union, a new, supernatural strength will rise that your family has never tasted before. This goodbye is not a signal of distance. It is a bridge that will connect you deeper than you have ever been in all the years of his life. You must understand, chosen one, that when his tears finally fall and the silence breaks, he is not just saying goodbye to you. He is saying a final, forceful farewell to the lie that he had to be fine, a farewell to the mask of pretending, and a farewell to the crushing loneliness that chained his spirit. Heaven is using this breaking to rip out the roots of isolation and replace them with a connection so profound that it will grow roots deep into the very heart of the Father, ensuring that nothing will ever be able to pull your family apart again. Where there was once a hollow silence, there will be a raw and holy confession. Where there was a suffocating heaviness, there will be a total release. And where there was a devastating loneliness, there will now be an unbreakable, eternal bond. His silence will end, his tears will flow, and his heart will finally speak. And you must hear me when I say that his speaking will be the very miracle you have been fasting and praying for. This is the moment where the story of your household completes its circle, moving from the shadows of secrecy into the blinding light of transparency. God is recalibrating the very atmosphere of your home, replacing the heavy sighs of a burdened son with the song of a family set free. The weight he carried was never meant to destroy him, but to lead him to this exact, appointed moment where love takes its rightful place and truth becomes the foundation of your legacy. Are you ready to witness the total restoration of your home and see the spirit of loneliness flee from your doorstep forever? If you can feel the shift happening in the atmosphere right now, I want you to take a deep, holy breath and boldly type, "God is restoring my family," in the comments to seal this work. Hold steady, because the clock of heaven is ticking toward a specific divine appointment that is about to collide with your present reality. This is not just a random sequence of events, but a monumental collision with Kairos, the divine, appointed timing of the Almighty that cannot be shifted, altered, or delayed by any power of darkness. God says, the clock of heaven has struck the hour of your visitation, and you are standing on the edge of a revelation that was written into the fabric of eternity long before you even realized the silence in your son's eyes. You must realize, chosen one, that your position as the anchor of this family is not a mere biological accident. It is a strategic placement for the ultimate salvation and restoration of your entire lineage. Heaven has been orchestrating this moment like a grand symphony, aligning every hidden sigh and every unspoken fear into a melody of divine deliverance. As the Holy Scriptures declare in Esther 4, Shasu, "For if you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance will arise from another place. And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this." You have been brought to this specific position of spiritual authority for such a time as this, to be the one who stands firm when the walls of secrecy finally tumble down, reflecting on the profound nature of our existence. C.S.LEWIS once noted in his work The Weight of Glory that there are no ordinary people. You have never talked to a mere mortal, but even more significantly, you are currently dealing with a soul whose eternal destiny is being weighed in the balances of heaven right now. The tearful goodbye that is near is the manifestation of this divine timing, a holy appointment that heaven has been preparing while you were still trying to name the heaviness in the air. This moment is urgent because the shift is happening now. It is the climax of the story where heaven flips the script upside down to turn your mourning into a dance of absolute freedom. You were specifically designed and battle-hardened for this exact hour of revelation. And your spirit has been racing because the King of Glory has marked this day on his calendar for your family's breakthrough. The darkness is retreating because the light of truth is moving toward you with the unstoppable speed of a heavenly command. But as the clouds of secrecy begin to part, what exactly is waiting on the other side of those devastating tears? The final transformation is about to emerge from the wreckage, and the sheer beauty of this new beginning will be far greater than anything your heart could have ever imagined. The storm has finally broken, and the dawn of a new era is rising over your household as the echoes of your son's tearful goodbye to his pain begin to settle into a peace that surpasses all understanding. This is the magnificent, long-awaited moment where the goodbye to secrecy officially becomes a glorious hello to absolute transparency. Those walls that once stood so tall, cold, and impenetrable between your son's soul and your spirit have not just cracked, they have been completely obliterated by the weight of the truth that has finally risen to the surface. Look closely at him now. Chosen one, he is no longer that shadowed figure carrying a secret bag of stones in the dark, but a vessel of radiant light, washed clean by the very tears he was once so terrified to shed. In just one miraculous breath, the burden that felt unbearable for a lifetime has been lifted and carried away by the hand of the Almighty. The atmosphere of your home is shifting right now from the suffocating density of sorrow to the weightless freedom of divine healing. Because heaven never reveals a wound without immediately pouring in the oil of restoration. What you are witnessing is not the end of your family's story, but the first vibrant chapter of a brand new book that heaven has written specifically for your bloodline's legacy. The conversations you once feared were impossible are day flowing like a river of life. And the distance that once haunted your home is being replaced by a closeness so deep it feels like a sacred, eternal embrace. Every word your son speaks in this new light is a seed of restoration, growing a future that is no longer defined by the pain he carried or the actions of others. You are stepping into a light of peace so strong it cannot be shaken. A peace that heaven prepared for you with every sign and every whisper you chose to follow. The transformation is complete. The agonizing silence has become a song of release, and the sorrow has become a powerful testimony that will ripple through your generations. But as this new life begins to bloom in the wreckage of the past, there is one final, sacred duty you must perform to anchor this miracle in the physical realm forever. God says, "My beloved child, the hour has come to step out of the shadows and become the physical manifestation of my love."